Take your time.
There's nowhere I need to be more than right here, she said it softly, leaning her elbows on the register counter, watching the old woman count coins into her palm with the careful concentration of someone for whom each one mattered. The line behind Register 4 had dissolved 20 minutes ago. Closing time at Birchwood Market was 9 o'clock, and at 8:52 the last other customer had gone, leaving just the old woman and Nora Vance, 27 years old, who had clocked out at 8:45 and was staying on her own time because leaving felt like the wrong thing to do. Her name was Vera Holt. She was perhaps 78, small in a pressed coat that had been good once and was still being treated as though it were. She had a small cloth purse, and she was counting quarters and dimes toward a total of $11.40, with the focused dignity of someone who was not going to be rushed and was hoping, quietly, not to be witnessed too carefully either. Nora witnessed her carefully and made no show of it. "I used to be faster at this," Vera said, without looking up. Not apologizing, just noting. "My grandmother used to say the same thing," Nora said. "She also said fast was overrated." Vera's hands paused briefly, then continued. "Smart woman, she was," Nora said. "She's the reason I don't mind waiting." They finished the count together, Nora's eyes tracking without comment, her hands ready but not reaching. When the coins reached the total, she said simply, "That's it," and bagged the groceries herself. Paper bag folded neatly at the top the way the older customers preferred. She carried the bag to the door. Vera moved to take it. Nora held on gently. "It's on the way," she said. "The parking lot's mine to cut through anyway." They walked out together into the November night. What Nora didn't know was that Vera's son was parked at the far end of the lot, engine running, having arrived 10 minutes early and waited rather than come inside, because Vera had asked him not to, because she liked to manage her own errands and his presence made her feel managed. He had watched through the glass doors anyway, the way children watch parents when they think they're being careful about it. His name was Callum Holt, 33 years old. He had founded Holt Operations, a supply chain consulting firm that had grown over 7 years into a company with offices in 4 cities. He was competent and direct and had, over the past year, been looking unsuccessfully for an operations manager who combined systems intelligence with people sense, someone who understood that running a process well meant understanding the people inside it. He watched a young woman in a grocery store, uniform stand at a register past her shift, end and count coins with his mother with the patient, unhurried attention of someone who had genuinely nowhere more important to be. He watched her carry the bag. He watched her walk his mother to the car without making it look like help. He sat in his car for a moment after they reached him. Vera got in. "Good girl, that one," she said simply. The way she said things she meant completely. Callum looked at the young woman walking back across the lot in the November cold. Her shift done, her own coat thin, her pace the unrushed pace of someone who had given the extra thing and was not counting it. "What's her name?" he asked. "Nora," Vera said. "She has a patient grandmother." He went back to Birchwood Market on a Thursday. Not during her shift. He had checked the posted schedule on his first visit, which his operations mind had noted automatically. He arrived at 5, which was when she started. She was at Register 4. She looked up when he approached without a basket. "You were in the parking lot Tuesday," she said. Not accusing, just the observation of someone who pays attention. "My mother," he said. "Vera." Something in her expression went warm. "She's lovely," she said. "Is she all right?" "She's fine," he said. "She told me you have a patient grandmother." "Had," Nora said. "She passed 2 years ago." A pause. "She's the one who taught me that waiting with someone is different from just waiting." He stood at the register with no basket and no transaction and said, "I run a consulting firm. Operations and supply chain. I've been looking for an operations coordinator for 4 months and haven't found the right person." He paused. "I want to be clear, this isn't about Tuesday. Tuesday showed me something, but what I'm offering is based on a proper interview and your actual qualifications. I'd like to know if you'd be open to it." Nora looked at him with the direct, assessing gaze of someone who has learned to distinguish between things that are real and things that are shaped to look real. "What showed you something?" she said. "Tuesday." "You stayed past your shift," he said. "You didn't make her feel helped. You just helped." He paused. "That's a skill I can't train. I can teach systems. I can't teach that." She was quiet for a moment. A customer arrived behind him. She processed the transaction with easy efficiency, said goodbye by name, and she knew the regular, and returned her attention to him with the same unhurried quality she had brought to Vera's coins. "I'd need to think about it," she said. "Take the time you need," he said, and meant it exactly the way she had meant the same words to his mother 3 nights ago. She looked at him for a moment with the specific recognition of a sentence returned to her in its correct form. Something in her expression shifted. Not dramatic, just the small, honest shift of someone who has received something real and knows it. "Leave a number," she said. He wrote it on the back of a receipt from the counter roll. She put it in her apron pocket beside her pen. She called on a Saturday. The interview was the following Wednesday. The panel, 3 people, none of them Callum, made their decision before the end of the day. On her first morning in the new role, she arrived 7 minutes early, which was her habit, and found a note on her desk from Vera, who had apparently been informed of developments and had opinions about them. Patience is its own kind of intelligence. "Your grandmother knew. Now you'll have somewhere to use it properly." Venora read it twice. Then she put it in her desk drawer and went to work. Wait with people. Count the coins. Stay past the end of your shift when someone needs you to. The patience you give freely is always seen by someone, and sometimes it opens the door that all the applications couldn't. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's spread more stories of kindness and hope together.